Curiosity. Curiosity is a fundamental component of the intellect, influential in our decision making and crucial for healthy development. Information enables us to make better decisions when learning is inherently gratifying. The brain reacts to new information in a way that is similar to how it reacts to main rewards like food and procreation. Gathering information is the main evolutionary function of our sensory organs and has been a major force in evolution for hundreds of millions of years.
Well, what if I told you by simply nurturing our curious nature, we could actually improve our memory, increase our creativity, reduce our stress levels, and improve our overall confidence? To understand how that can occur, let's delve deeper into the process of becoming curious. So for every puzzle that needs to be solved, every riddle that needs an answer, every question that needs to be resolved, the brain first initially activates your hippocampus, which is, you guessed it, the area of the brain that is involved with memory.
The hippocampus helps us process and retrieve two types of memory: declarative memories and spatial relationships. Declarative memories are those memories that are responsible for learning new skills. For example, how to play the piano. Spatial relationship memories are involved with pathways or routes. For example, the most efficient way to get to work every morning, or planning a mapping route system when using public transport. How do I get from point A to point B in the most efficient way?
And with the hippocampus becoming activated, which in turn activates your prefrontal cortex, the area of your brain right at the front in where you're going to then decide how rewarding is this information to me and what benefit will I then receive from it, which in turn activates your dopaminergic circuit. I've got a whole video on Atomic Habits in which James Clear explains the importance of dopamine and the impact it can have on your lives. So for more information on that, check out the video above. Now, in addition to our memory becoming a lot more stimulated and becoming a lot more active in the process of becoming curious and trying to answer new questions, we also activate the creative aspects of our brain, in whereby we're trying to come up with new ways or imaginative ways in order to solve a particular problem. Now, in terms of the dimensions of curiosity, or the dimensions of the unknown, neuroscientists describe it, and I have to refer to my notes, as the deprivation sensitivity. Essentially, that mental itch that you get, that whenever you're trying to solve a problem, every problem that you're faced with, and you have a certain craving in order to solve that problem, they describe this as the deprivation sensitivity, as a mental itch. Now, in addition to that, you have what's known as the joyous exploration, in terms of the pleasure you receive in trying to solve that problem and the sense of satisfaction. Now, those two combined are known to decrease what's known as the stress of the unknown. Essentially, stress in often terms is caused by the fear of the unknown, not knowing something, not being comfortable in a particular environment because you've never been faced with all the elements and the impacts of the environment and everything that's associated with that particular unknown. Essentially is decreased by simply embracing that mental itch and the joyous sensation that we receive by trying to solve a particular problem, and in turn improves your tolerance for the unknown, essentially embracing every time you're faced with a new puzzle to solve or a new mystery that needs to be uncovered. Now, by combining the three elements that we've gone over in terms of how it activates your memory, improves your creativity, reduces the stress or the fear of the unknown, confidence is going to be hugely impacted. And by embracing the inquisitive nature and not being afraid to admit when you don't know something, and simply by embracing this whole area of inquiry, confidence is simply a byproduct of everything else that we've embraced this far. And so it's fascinating to uncover how something that we all take for granted, curiosity, and how sometimes it's seen as a negative in terms of curiosity killed the cat. I think that's a way of people dealing with their fears and their anxieties, and that's something that we want to avoid here. Now, I hope that was insightful. I found it quite fascinating. If you did make it this far, consider giving a thumbs up and consider subscribing.